Well, alright guys, hey, so in today's video, I wanted to shoot an update on what's going on with my Crohn's disease. So recently, within the past few months, I decided to get off my Crohn's disease medication and handle it naturally. So that's the gist of how I got here. You guys can check out the past videos though if you guys want some more information on that. So basically, recently, like earlier this week, I almost got an abscess, which was scary for me. I think it was because the day before I had eaten some tomatoes, which kind of caused me issues. I didn't know that though at the time. But it does seem like, I think it's either sweet food or acidic food causes me issues because oranges also gave me problems. But it also seems like when I have fruits, it seems like my Crohn's disease inflammation is worse and I have more issues. So I try to avoid fruits and sugary food because of that. And I'll go over more of my diet later on. So basically, in order to recover faster, I switched over to more of a keto style diet. So I'm more just eating vegetables and meat. And I cut down the carbs quite a bit lower, like at least the rice. I had a lot less rice, and I think that helped in reducing my inflammation. Let's see, I had more nuts and some beans instead. Which was good. I got more protein and also healthy fat from the nuts. And it's important, to when you're eating like just meat and veggies, to have more nuts because it helps you feel more full, and the fat really does make a difference in the fiber. Let's see. So with the veggies, I was eating at the time I had some Brussels sprouts, I had some cabbage, some broccoli, some lettuce, stuff like that, kind of like leafy greens. And a good variety. Let's see. For meat, I was having mainly fish and chicken, but I've been meaning to have more beef as well in my diet, just to kind of vary things up and give me a bit more variety. I like to have eggs as well in the morning. It's pretty yummy and doesn't cause me any problems. Let's see. So the supplements I'm taking at the moment, I added Zinc Carnosine and Glutamine into my diet. These are pills that I'm taking 3 times a day. So 2 pills 3 times a day. And I gotta say, they've been making a significant difference. I think out of all of the different supplements I am taking right now, these ones are probably the most impactful because they directly affect the gut. So like Zinc Carnosine helps to strengthen the mucus barrier in the gut, and it helps to give you more of a barrier against leaky gut. So it's less likely for you to have leaky gut. But it's still possible, if you're not eating the right food. So it's still, even while taking these supplements, it's still important to eat the right diet and stick to it. Let's see. So the L-glutamine is supposed to help heal up the gut. So, if I do run into damage because maybe I eat something that didn't really agree with me, then, the L-glutamine is there to help heal my gut. I'm still taking the 10,000 international units of vitamin D a day. And, just to help regulate my immune system. And I also taking the fish oil to, lower inflammation and help with, joints and skin, etc. Well, hey guys, so I wanted to make a brief disclaimer here in the video and just mention that I have not actually fully cured my Crohn's disease for myself yet, but I have managed to drastically improve my symptoms, to the point where it feels manageable and I'm not in a whole lot of pain right now. But of course, the end goal is actually to, figure out a diet and mix with supplements that will lead me to remission, or to the point where it's where I can do a colonoscopy or a stool test and it'll look normal or close to normal. So with the improvements that I have seen and the progress I've made, I really do believe in that goal, and I believe it's got to be possible one way or another. Maybe I just have to make little adjustments here and there. Still, that's why I'm documenting this whole thing, so you guys can see the journey as I make progress towards the goal of hopefully getting into remission naturally. Yeah, so anyways, if you guys are interested in following me along on this journey, I hope you guys will hit like and subscribe. Of course, if you guys want more of a detailed list of all this stuff, I'll put all the information in the description. So if there's something you think I went over too quickly, you guys can really just read over it and get more in depth there. And I'll also put links to the supplements I'm taking in the description as well. Let's see. So yeah, on top of eating more of a keto style diet and taking the right supplements. I also do intermittent fasting, and I try to get a good night's rest each night. Those two things also make a big difference. So let's say, ideally, I think I would stop eating around 7 o'clock at night, and then in the morning, I probably wouldn't eat till like 11 or 12 o'clock. I can usually do the morning. Sometimes I'll eat till around like 8 o'clock at night, so I could be a bit more stringent with that. But overall, I'm doing pretty good, I think. Let's see, what else did I want to say? So overall, I can say things have been going pretty smoothly. I haven't been running into too many issues besides that one time I almost got an abscess. But since then, with me resting up and eating, a better diet, it's really improved, and I don't really have much pain going on, in that lower region, if any, right now, which is good. Well, I would say I still have a bit of pain going on, but it's definitely less so and manageable, which is good, which is really what I want. But, ideally, I would like no pain. So, I think maybe I got to be a little bit more strict with my diet, maybe like no rice at all, and just eating like meat and veggies and nuts would make a difference. But yeah, overall I can say this I don't want to call it an experiment, because I'm actually hoping to cure my Crohn's disease naturally, by sticking to eating right and taking the right supplements. I would say it's going well though. Like, sometimes I actually feel better than when I was on the medication. Because when I was on the medication, I was eating like crap, to be honest. Because I was like, oh, I'm on the medication. It'll stop me from having any problems. But that wasn't true. I still did have issues when I was on the medication. But like now I'm actually forced to eat healthy. Otherwise, I'm literally going to be in a lot of pain and maybe even have to go to the hospital if I don't eat right. So yeah, it's definitely like taking on Crohn's disease naturally is like it's like a picture. There's definitely a few elements to it. So like, like the lifestyle, sleeping right and intermittent fasting, taking the right supplements and eating the right diet. When you put all those three together, I think is really when you get the best results. It's such these autoimmune issues are, they can be very scary and they can be very damaging as well, like if you're not careful. So it's important to be diligent and smart about it if you plan to go down this route, I would say. Otherwise, if you don't plan to, then it's best to be on medication for your own safety, and your own health too, I would say. Yeah, so I would say I think the biggest changes I have made are definitely focusing more on a keto style diet, so eating more meat and veggies and having that be the main focus of my diet, and the nuts, as well as taking the Zinc Carnosine and L-glutamine. Those are the biggest changes I think I've made to my diet that have made the most significant impact so far. Yeah, so it's been a fun journey, so far, doing research, learning more about gut issues, just watching different YouTube videos and getting different ideas and trying out different things and figuring out what works best. It's been a fun journey, and I actually have a much better understanding of my issue now than I did, years ago. Years ago, like even before I was on the medication, I was having all sorts of problems. I was having abscesses because I was drinking a lot of dairy. I was having fried food, sugary food, like processed foods. Those all caused me issues. And let me just quickly go over the foods that I avoid, to avoid having any major Crohn's issues. So I avoid oily food or foods cooked in oil. So I don't really fry anything. I just more like steam or bake stuff for the most part, or slow cook. So I avoid alcohol, which is definitely a major one that causes me issues, I noticed. I never drank a whole lot, but when I did drink, I definitely felt it after drinking alcohol. Let's see, dairy is something I actually had quite a bit throughout my life, and I wish I hadn't, because it was pretty much always causing me problems. Let's see, I avoid packaged and processed foods for sure, especially the things that have like a ton of ingredients. Are best to avoid, just because you don't really know what they put in it, and chances are there's going to be something that's going to cause your like for me, there's a good chance of it causing my Crohn's disease to flare up, because there's something in there my body does not like. Whereas with simple natural foods, it's very easy to know like what you're eating, and that it's going to be something that's not going to give you problems. I also added soy sauce to that list of things that I'm avoiding because it seemed to cause me some issues as well. Anyways, so that's it. That's my current up-to-date information on how I'm handling, my Crohn's disease naturally, and we're on a good path. Things are improving. I used to have skin issues when I first got off of the meds, but those are also clearing up now, and if I am getting any skin issues, it's very little now. Probably from the little bit of experimenting I've done with my eating as well. So majority of the time, I try to stick to foods that I know agree with me and don't cause me problems, and that's really the best way to do it, I think. Probably the most important thing. But also taking those supplements, every day, makes a big difference as well. Yeah. So, anyways, hey, if you guys are, if you're dealing with Crohn's disease or an issue like that, let me know in the comments, how it's going. I really hope that you guys can take some good ideas from this video and apply it to your own life, or at least give some of my ideas a try, and see how you feel. For anybody out there with these sort of digestive issues, I really hope that you're doing okay, and trying to take good care of yourself. It's important, I know because I've been to the hospital a few times and it's never a fun experience. It's always scary, and it's just not worth it. It's way better to just eat a good diet than to risk yourself eating all sorts of other random crap. Yeah. All right. Well, anyways, guys, I hope you guys all have a great day. All right. Thank you guys all so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed the video, I hope you guys will hit like and subscribe. Click here to check out my playlist of my past videos, part 1 and 2 of me dealing with my Crohn's disease naturally, or just click on part 2 right over here. All right. Anyways, thank you guys all so much for watching. I hope you guys all have a great day. All right. Johnny signing out.